Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a game between, in the bottom right, spawning as the red Zerg player playing for Team Clash. It's going to be Reynor. And in the top left, spawning as the blue Terran, no one saw his name pop up there on the bottom, it of course is Liquid's Clem. Good old Liquid Clem. Getting that orbital. Nothing happening in the first few minutes of the game. Standard Reaper opener against a standard hatchery first. We see the control of the Reaper by Clem. Good as always. See if he can get a kill. Yep, gets a single link kill. He's going to be pretty happy about that. Usually on a map like Romanticide, because it's relatively large and the Reaper arrives so late, getting more than one link kill is very difficult. Oh, here comes the play. Here comes the juke. No. Wanted to go for that creep tumor. Did not get it. A very tight moment there. Reynor with the forward third base. Now this gives him a couple of possibilities, of course. Let me explain. So one of the main reasons why you want the forward third base, so you can get the creep threat forward around the rocks and it's easier to take down those rocks, meaning that tank pushes will be easier to hold, rather than having to take this as your fourth base. On top of that, it gives you two possibilities to take a fourth base. It gives you this one and this one. While if you take this as your third base, and this has to be your fourth, because this is not a possible fourth base. Tank locations, very short rush distance, etc, etc. So forward base has gained a lot in popularity and right now is pretty much the standard here. Very often, of course, we see Zergs take their fourth and fifth at the same time, and it is easier as well if you have creep threat coming from here already, both these sides, and creep threat going here. You can take this as a fourth, this as a fifth at the same time. However, if you take this as your third base as a Zerg player, taking this as your fourth and this as your fifth at the same time means you need a lot of creep threat from this single creep tumor, which is going to be the most contested creep lane anyway, because the Hellions are mostly going to be at the front. So yeah, a little bit of backstory there why that base is taken forward. We see a big link run by here being set up by Reynor. This is 17 links. Actually correct, 17 links. And we see very little at home here for Clem. He has only 6 Marines. Clem, is your response quick enough? No stim on these Marines. 7 Marines are out. Walks on top of his depots. SCVs get pulled immediately. He loses 2, 3 Marines. But overall, an okay trade. An even trade, at least. An even trade. I don't think a single SCV went down there. Okay, one worker has come down already. I'm not sure if it was in this little engagement, but I do believe so. They haven't really fought before this. That's actually kind of cool. So you see Clem very often opening up with this double Hellion build into 2 racks, of course from a triple CC opener. And he likes to still be kind of aggressive, or likes to be on the map with these 2 Hellions. Of course, the risk with being on the map with these 2 Hellions and the Reaper means that run-bys all of a sudden become potentially very dangerous for anything Clem is doing at home. And here, even though the trade seemed okay, his first push is going to be a lot worse. And I think a pure queen defense, or an almost pure queen defense, is a possibility here. We see Reynor already on 10 queens, 2 more being added, so 12 queens will be the number that Reynor is going to be sitting at. I actually think, oh, this went into a 3 racks, not a 2 racks. So the 2 medevacs actually are going to be delayed. It means that the first push is still going to be relatively strong. There will be 2, maybe even 4 mines with this if Clem decides to build these. Let's see what he does decide to build. No mine 3 and 4 quite yet. Understandable, of course. Understandable. Perhaps wants to invest that money into something else. And here comes that first push out. Marines walking across the map. Where are the Reaper... and where's the Reaper Hellion combination? Okay, back at home, this is a very common move. Just in case there's any run-bys happening, you have the Reapers in between minerals and gas. Oh, first mine goes down for free. This is a very scary move out here, Clem. I'm not quite sure this is where you want to be right now. Scans forward, still feels ballsy enough, still feels confident enough in his control in these pure Marines to move forward. Loses 1 mine though, and it's going to lower the potential damage that can be dealt here. Leaves the mine behind and starts picking up his Marines. We'll be able to take out at least 1 Overlord before Reynor responds. Reynor wanted to start working on the rocks. Instead, right now, needs to start working on these marines. 1 overlord goes down. I think 3 overlord just will go down here for free. Actually, significantly supply blocking Reynor here as well. Reynor, who already has his +1 carapace done. +1 melee is a little bit behind though. This spore is going to get sniped as well. Maybe even that drone. No target fire on that drone. Instead, Clem wanted to go for that other spore. Double spores in the main base. Carapace level 2 on the way here. So Reynor, it's so beautiful. Massive group of queens here walking around. Feeling very comfortable, very cocky. Look at these things. Bam! Taking a big hit in the face, don't care. Another big hit, 1 queen did go down, but this overseer will allow for both of these mines to be cleaned up. Meanwhile, Clem still putting on pressure with these 2 medevacs while walking around with this group. Right now, 3rd group is being sent out as well. This is looking like one of the Archon games that we sometimes play. Except rather than 5 people controlling 3 groups, Clem is controlling all 3 of those. Well, not quite at the same time, but as quickly after one another as possible. Oh, actually, these are going to be joining up with the main group. So this is going to be the main group. There is, I think, 3 more mines in this group. There's 2 cars as well, so these might turn into hellbats. There's an armory done, of course, so these mines will be invisible as long as the overseer isn't there. Good first hit by this mine. Takes out a couple of zerglings as well. Mine burrowing behind the mineral lines. Going to get no hit in whatsoever. 1 more mine, but gets tanked by a queen. And I think this pressure is now pretty much nullified. Well, Clem doesn't quite think so. He just keeps microing back and forth. Same time, there's another group on the map trying to get damage done. No mines in this group though. We have a single medevac with 4 mines. Is Drilling Claws done? No, it's not. Drilling Claws starting just now. Is Reynor going to respond in time? Let's see. Is he aware? Oh, yes, he is aware. Pulls his workers away immediately. Says, hey, these are no Drilling Claws. Oh, that's still a pretty big hit. 2 decent hits, but not quite what Clem was hoping for. Does of course deflect the attention away from this little attack, which is still trying to take out as many creep tumors as possible with that scan. See the creep. Oh! A little bit of an F2 move, or a little bit of a mismove there coming out of Clem. Loses a bunch of his marines. And we see, even though Reynor is behind in supply right now, he still has a lot of money in the bank. Does not quite have the larva though. Injects might have been slacking. No, injects look okay. So perhaps it has been the fact that this base was a little bit late and that he was just lacking the larva because of that. Because he has plenty of money right now. Clem pushing forward. These mines are burrowing, getting small connections. Not the connections that Clem wants, but also not the worst connections. It's not a single link for a mine. It's 4 or 5 links, maybe half a baneling mixed in there as well. +2 is about to finish up for the liquid Karen as well. So already has a 4th base established, and Clem is the one with the momentum. He is the person right now that is still in charge. Still in charge of this game, deciding the pace of the game. And right now his goal is to clear as much creep as possible before lurkers are out. To do as much damage as possible before lurkers are out. And he's doing a fantastic job here. Drilling Claws has finished up. We see the quick burrow on these mines. Mines not coming out of Reynor, by the way. Only losing 2-3 links to all of these mines every single time. Still a small hit. The army that Reynor is defending with doesn't have that many banelings. There's not a lot of creep here in that middle lane anymore, and that might be an issue. You see the creep in general is pretty diminished from what it was before. Especially in the middle lane, the left side's almost out of creep. This army, I wouldn't mind if it went to the bottom, but instead Clem thinks he can keep pushing through the middle. Tries to reinforce the middle, 3 medevacs at the top, not doing much of anything. And we also have a big 4 mine drop heading towards this 5th base. Let's see how quick is the response time of Reynor. Once again, it's pretty quick. Loses. Oh, Reynor! 10 drones, even though his response time was good. 14 drones go down there. That's a pretty big loss. He will need to replenish that. Only gets 6 drones back for now. 79 workers for Reynor against the 76 of Clem. This is not a push that can kill, but this is a push that perhaps can do some damage. Maybe some drone damage. Maybe snipe a couple of banes. Maybe take out a couple of queens. And definitely deny more creep. And just by being here, Clem is denying the creep. Because he doesn't allow Reynor to push that creep forward aggressively. Queens are here by themselves. Lurker slightly out of range, not being capable of helping yet. Seismic Spines is about to finish up. Still will need to move them a little bit forward. Exactly what we see Reynor do right now. Good transfuses will save these lurkers. 21 workers have gone down. on the side of Reynor. I think that still includes the 14 from earlier from the mine drop. Now we have that push, that rotation towards the bottom side that I was talking about earlier. Same time we have a big Link Bane push onto the 4th base, and this might actually be a dead planetary. There is a 5th over here, which will now become the 4th. There is a base over here, which could, I guess, also become the 4th, depending where the mining starts first. Not quite sure what the naming definitions are when it comes to numbered bases, but guess this one is landed already and starts morphing into a planetary. So from now on, this will be the 4th base location, and this will be the 5th. And now we see Reynor. Reynor, the man in charge. A couple of mines in the middle on the map, stopping this run by this. Holy crap, this mine had no clue what to do. A little bit indecisive there. We have this Link Bane Force that is going to get taken down as well. Good pickups here for Clem. Creep is almost non-existent. Oh my god, this mine. Because of these bushes, he can't fire. Now these links are actually getting themselves in a very scary position. Perhaps at this point these mines are coming back online. No, not quite. Hello? This has been the most useless mine in the world. Holy crap. He just... no decisiveness there from that mine. These depots are down. There's a tank and 2 liberators there. There should be enough defense. Single lurker on top of the ramp is not going to be enough. There's no mines, no tanks in this army. Good splits coming out of Clem though. With +3 infantry weapons finishing up. He's going to be taking out a lot of these lurkers. Still trades out a decent amount of marines and marauders as well. We'll be replenishing these with ghosts and tanks. 6th base coming down right now for Clem here at the 12 o'clock location, while Reynor also is trying to take that 6th base. Double mine drop heading towards the bottom side, but this time Reynor is in position with Queens. Hydra was there, Spore was there as well, and Clem gets pushed back temporarily at least. Not quite sure if Reynor is aware that the medevac is here, but he's gonna look for it. See how quick the response of Clem is here. Clem sees a big attack here in the middle. Instead is focusing on this lurker attack here and will be trading bases. There's no scan available for him. Loses this base immediately. Liberators and tanks not capable of holding it. Another scan is available. We'll be able to take out these 2 lurkers because of that, and we'll see a pickup and most likely a fly back. Back in the zoomed out edition here we have what used to the base formerly known as the 6th base, which is now potentially the 5th base. Is going to be flying back and probably setting up here at that Rich Vespine geyser. Clem high in supply, 193, good in upgrades. No armor upgrades though. Completely stopped his armor upgrades. Doesn't have any vehicle weapon upgrades either. Just went for vehicle plating. Obviously because he initially started with those Widow Mines. But now, while he's pumping out tanks from, I think it's Triple Factory, I wouldn't mind seeing some vehicle weapons here being used as well. Good mine shots coming out of Clem, and Reynor needs to leave with that part of the army. At least Banelings moving forward on the 4th base. Will be able to take it out. Lurker Baneling combination is a dangerous one. I like that Reynor leaves a couple of lurkers behind. Says, hey, you can have these lurkers, but my main army is going to run away. I might be able to get 1 or 2 hits in rather than basically letting Clem chase him all the way back home. He says, okay, you get these 2 for free, and I get to set up my next rotation. And the next rotation, I think, for Reynor is going to be a defensive one. See a big scan coming out of Clem. Takes out a couple of shooters. Nice snipes on these lurkers as well. Oh, this is a beautiful run, but this is a fantastic run by. Gets semi-shut down by these 4 tanks in position though. Well, I'm not sure what's getting shut down here, but 4 tanks go down. 20 or so links also go down, but overall I think that's a good trade for Reynor. Right now Clem is actually only on, what, 1.5 mining base. He has this base. He is pushing forward aggressively. Will take out Reynor's 6th base. So, yeah, this game is becoming very scrappy right now. Good snipes out of Clem as well. Big scan. Yep, gets 1 more lurker. 167 supply. Well, right now 180 supply on the side of Reynor against 190-ish of Clem. Clem once again wants to retake this 12 o'clock location, which now is becoming the 5th base. Still some long distance mining going on over here. Another command center will get started as well. Big Ling run by. Will be looking for a command center here. Sadly for Reynor, it isn't quite there yet, so he can't do much. Viper is trying to get energy, but I think as he was leeching the energy out of the extractor, actually got EMP'd as well. Not a useless thing to do in that case. No overseer here with these links, so these mines will stay alive. Refinery will go down, and the long distance mining SCVs also will go down. Do we see another EMP? Does he actually have? No. He doesn't have the big upgrade on the Ghost, the enhanced Shockwave. But Clem doesn't seem to care too much about that. He does have the money for it, but doesn't really want to upgrade it. We still see no vehicle weapons being upgraded here either. A little bit, Clem halting a little bit in that upgrade department. Look at his Queen's Bow. Just don't really have the damage though to fight with Marines and Marauders, not with the upgrades that are currently there. Of course there's carapace upgrades for the Queens, but without range attack upgrades, which, okay, +1, but not quite enough to fight against these well-upgraded Marines and Marauders. Big EMP hitting this single Viper that is here. And this Viper has been leeching energy, truly a leech on society, and hasn't contributed too much. Might want to consider revoking this guy's passport, because this is not the type of citizen you want in your Zerg country. Oh, there comes a snipe. He is fighting at the front lines though, so we can at least give him that. Oh, at the front lines. Taking energy away from these extractors, which are practically drones. People don't really think about this, but Vipers eating extractors is a form of cannibalism that I personally do not endorse or condone. Clem moving forward with these Ghost tanks. Do we get another EMP? No EMP. Good first abduct, and the Viper goes down, contributing nothing but a single tank here. Definitely not worth all the energy that it's been sucking out of these buildings. Big run by once again coming out of Reynor. Loses all of his lurkers before they even manage to burrow. A little bit sloppy there in the Baneling control, but as there's no tanks here and purely Ghost, this might actually have some potential. We see snipes going down on Baneling, something you don't see every single day, as they're not the most high value targets that you can imagine. Clem still looking towards this 3 o'clock location to try and fight it. This has been an extremely action-packed game, by the way. High test gameplay by both players actually. Lots of counterattacks, lots of big pushes. Both players keen on denying each other's bases, and I don't think this is going to be a split map scenario. Reynor down about 10k in that unit loss step, so if it comes to a split map scenario, this will go in favor of Clem, even though right now it isn't looking all that hot. 55 workers, down 10 supply, not that much gas in the bank. He is mining from this rich Spin Geyser, only with 2 SCVs though. Third SCV definitely would help. Here come 2 tanks, changelings are forward. Yep, this is another Ling run by, and yep, once again this is going to work. Same time we have Clem pushing forward. There is a Viper once again, he has been rebuilt, the bad boy. And there we go again, starts leeching from these extractors. Extractors can't get transfused anymore. Lurkers burrowing forward, and good snipes are coming down. There's so many freaking Ghosts here though. 22 Ghosts against 6 Lurkers. There's no Banelings in this army either, and this is feeling like a semi-base trade scenario where the army of Clem is looking so big and so powerful, but the economy of Clem, well, actually starting to get better bit by bit as well. Oh my god, that micro is just so beautiful. There's no planetary here yet, so that actually was extremely impactful. Another 10 SCVs are gonna go down. These Lings are still going ham as well. The third in the natural, stopping all these reinforcements from moving forward. And right now, Clem only is mining from this base. Reynor still mining here with 38 workers. Still mining here with a couple of workers. Abducts a Ghost. That's inviting your enemy into your own home. Yep, there goes the next hatchery for Reynor. He has enough drones, but he doesn't have the bases to saturate. And this is a very big win for Clem, because right now, Clem actually will be able to stabilize a little bit. Clem needs to stabilize a little bit. Oh my god, all this time Adrenal hadn't been researched. Huge error out of Reynor. Huge error, which I didn't notice. That actually has a massive impact on all of these Ling Ramites. Look how fast that CC just went down. That should have been happening all the time. We still are only on a single range upgrade as well. So even though Reynor already lost what? 34 Lurkers, 14 Queens and 12 Hydras. All of these units have been working with a single range upgrade. The impact that 2 extra range upgrades would have had in this game can't really be measured, and it's very difficult to quantify, but I think it would have been pretty big. That is a game-changing decision. I'm not saying it's an error, because I think the reason why it isn't there yet is because Reynor didn't feel like he had the luxury of getting these upgrades. These upgrades tend to be very expensive, and they don't impact the game until a minute and a half later, which is why very often, if you're under constant pressure, which is, let's be real, That is what Clem has been doing here to Reynor. If you are under constant pressure, it can be difficult to find the time to get these upgrades started and to finish them up. But that definitely had a big impact on the game. I'm wondering if these Vipers had a bigger impact. I don't think these Vipers, even though they're very expensive gas, mineral-wise as well, I think a +2 range upgrade or a +3 range upgrade would have been more important, especially the one guy that we saw over here. I feel like I'm hating a little bit too hard on the Viper. I do appreciate the Viper, guys, but that wasn't it, you know? It wasn't it. Triple orbitals coming down here, and right now Clem is saying, well, you know, if we're gonna split map, we're gonna split map. I'm gonna take this base as well. I'm gonna get planetaries everywhere. He actually should probably just build a secondary base here and turn it into a planetary. Lurkers moving forward right now. Mines are far in the back. We'll be able to deal with a lot of these links, at least force them to split. Oh my god, that was a terrible shot. Oh my good lord. A lot of damage on these medevacs. This base gets cancelled. This base gets lifted. No planetary here as an anchor point. Kind of a launching pad is what you usually need. This base is going to be forced to lift as well. The problem here for Reynor is as long as these bases aren't planetaries, he can't actually do anything against them. He doesn't have the anti-air. He has what? 2 Hydras on the map. 1 Hydra on the map and 2 Queens. 126 links. The rest lurkers. Oh no, he should have hold positioned. He should have hold positions these lurkers. That so would have worked. That so would have worked. I thought he had it because he was moving back with these links. Now he loses 3 lurkers on the retreat anyway. Scan does see those men. That was on the edge of the scan for sure. We have lurkers moving forward. We'll be trying to take out this planetary top right. We have a hatchery trying to go down here, but there's just no creep spread here for Reynor. Even though Reynor is holding on, I am a little bit afraid. I don't really see a possibility for him to run across the map and kill his opponent. Of course, this is still very open, so perhaps if he wins a big fight, he just can go for it. There's no lurkers with this army, so this is pure Ling. Now, Adrenal Gland's Lings are good. Oh, can we get a Parasitic Bomb, Reynor? No. Maybe doesn't quite have the energy for that, as once again this command center lands, turns into a planetary. There's no planetary here. This needs to be another lift. Clem has a lot of money in the bank, by the way. He's not really spending it. I mean, he has plenty of barracks, but they're not working right now. Don't think he wants too many Marines maybe in his army, which is weird because there's so many links here. Single Ghost Micro looks absolutely fantastic and beautiful. I think Clem is getting baited forward here. Clem definitely is getting baited forward here. Look at this surround. Look at this setup. Out of Reynor. Here comes the surround. Mines are going to detonate. Beautiful surround out of Reynor. Will force the lift off here. And now Reynor needs to keep pushing. I think Reynor needs to clean these mines. He needs to have an overseer here, but he doesn't. 15 workers have gone down here. This is painful. If these mines had gone down here, I don't think that Clem can just walk down and take this base again. But right now, with these mines coming back online, this was a huge deal. We do see the overseer on the way, but it's far away. It's at home. Oh, that was a painful error here. Yep, now the mines are back online. They're going to be dealing a lot of damage, and I think Clem will just be able to hold this base. Yep, he definitely will be able to just hold this base. That would not have been possible without these mines. I absolutely do not believe that. And now it's going to be Clem that will be on the offensive. Bottom left base, I guess this is what, the 7 o'clock? 6:30, 7 o'clock. 7:30 o'clock. Hasn't been mining yet. Will get taken down right now. I'm surprised by how high the mineral income still is for Reynor. Units lost, of course, still in favor of Clem. Reynor down by about 15k. Couple of minutes here. Ghost on the high ground. A very scary combination. And this has been a very high-paced game. Good scan. How many orbitals do we have? We have 5 orbitals, and I think there's plenty of scans available. Decent hit on those links. There's not enough medevacs to actually pick up all of those ghosts, but mines in the back do provide some coverage for them, so a lot of these ghosts still manage to make it home. Liberator gets taken out. That's important. There's not that much anti-air. A lot of Marines streaming in as well. A ghost will be able to take out a bunch of these lurkers as they move away. At least 1 lurker goes down here. Another burrow out of these lurkers. How many mines do we have on the map? 11 mines. Where are all of these mines? A lot of these mines are just so far back. Wouldn't mind seeing them a little bit more forward. Yeah, Clem is mining so much right now, though. He's mining. He's not necessarily mining a lot, but he's mining from so many bases. And I'm seeing a difficult time for Reynor to take this base, for example. So the moment Clem gets this left side base and Reynor can't break that, Reynor's just going to be in a world of trouble. Look how careful Clem is with these ghosts, by the way, and still so aggressive. You know, oh, scan just wore off. Otherwise, he definitely would have been able to take down one more of them lurkers. Maybe even 2 more of them lurkers. This base is gonna get taken out. Adrenal glands links are pretty okay. So that was a nice little run by there. Well, little run by. Sizable run by. Here comes the scan forward. Lurkers are being taken out potentially. Good snipes on those Vipers as well. I think 2 lurkers went down, 2 Vipers went down. We have a couple more snipes on these lurkers. Mines on the low ground. This is a very dangerous fight here for Reynor, who's only on 140 supply right now against 150. These mines in the back. I understand why they're here. They're for potential run-bys, but I wouldn't mind having a couple of extra here at the front. 2 more mines are moving in right now. Good snipes coming out of Clem. A lot of these ghosts are falling as well. You see that individual move back micro out of Clem. Yeah, this bottom base is just going to die. That is just a fact. This planetary gets taken out at the same time, but once this bottom base dies, I don't really see a lot of mining left over here for Reynor. While Clem still is mining from this frontal fort, still mining up here with a planetary. And Reynor right now realizes, hey, I really need to defend this, but can he at this point? 1 mine in the back, will not trigger yet. Will it get a big hit? Will it get a big head? No, it gets a single ling. Fantastic ling micro here out of Reynor. This entire game, hardly losing any big link chunks against these mine shots. Still on that single range upgrade on those lurkers. Very, very painful. Big factor here in the game. It's been an extremely aggressive, high momentum, high pace game. I feel like we've just been fighting for 20 minutes straight at this point, ever since that first drop hit the field. Even before that, we saw that Ling run by out of Reynor to start with, but right now it seems like the game is kind of nearing its end here as Reynor is being pushed away from his bases. Both of these bases are very low. I don't even think Reynor can defend them. Reynor's thinking about setting up another run by. These 2 lurkers here should probably help with that. Single mine just outruns these lurkers. Here comes the push forward. Bottom base goes down, middle base goes down at the same time, and we have a counter attack coming out of Reynor, but he truly has nothing left. 115 supply against 52 ghosts moving in, moving forward. Tank in the back as well, sieging up way too far back once again, but I don't think it's going to matter for Clem. Clem is saving up a bunch of units in his, well, what used to be once his natural, right now is a barren wasteland. Planetary, no orbital command going down here. Mines taking out lurkers. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that this is just going to be a G gets called as Clem wins this extremely aggressive, extremely volatile game here on Romanticide. What a video. Take a look at the... I was like seeing the units lost. 18 queens, 1100 links going down. 1108 links went down. 71 lurkers. 163 marines. 118 SCVs have been harassed to death. 6 planetaries have been busted by banelings and lurkers. 9 regular refineries and 2 rich refineries have gone down. Holy crap. What a unit loss tab. 97 creep tumors as well. Yes, absolutely crazy game. Actually an insane game. This is one of the best games, I think, that I've seen in a... maybe ever. Holy crap. Alright. That's going to be it for today. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, and I'll see you all next time for another high test game. Bye bye.